Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's BDF44 coming at you with another video. So, Zion Williamson played his first game in the New York Knicks. Played in Madison Square Garden against the New York Knicks, to be clear. And at the end of the game, in the presser, he had basically said that outside of New Orleans, Madison Square Garden is his favorite place to play. Now, we've heard players say that before. In fact, we've heard most of the greatest players say that before. Like, all of the greatest players say that. So, normally you just say that's just it's like the right thing to say when you play in the Mecca. But here's the thing. This is the first time that I felt like a player actually wanted to play for the Knicks when saying it. The thing about the Knicks and Zion, the relationship there is a little different in comparison to the other great players who said this, because Zion Williamson thought he was going to be a Knick on draft night. Everybody was talking about the New York Knicks and Zion Williamson and how great he would look in orange and blue and how he could turn the Mecca around and how that was going to be his city and how big the bright lights would be and how his personality would and his smile would lend itself to that, and his style of play is so monstrous and ferocious, Shaq-like. It would take to New York, and he would take New York by storm and help offset the energy of the Brooklyn Nets, right? That was the hype that was going into the draft. Everyone was hoping that the Knicks would get the first pick and that Zion would go there, right? I'm sure even Zion did. You're talking about a 19-year-old kid who's got a phone in his hand just like the rest of us, and his life's in the balance, and he thinks he's gonna go play in one of the biggest cities in the world and like be one of the most famous athletes in the world playing for the Knicks, and the guy that's gonna finally bring the Knicks another championship, and all these things that I'm sure he's dreaming about naturally because that's just what they were instilling in him to dream. Like, just be honest. Like, it was put out there for him on ESPN and FS1 and all the other ones. That's what he should want. Let's just be real. And he ended up going to New Orleans. And while New Orleans has since turned into a decent spot for him, it ain't the worst place in the world, even though the fit isn't that great. He's playing with a lot of young talent. It's just a fun place, I'm sure, because of it. So I think he's sincere when he says he enjoys playing New Orleans. I think he actually means it. But he did want to be a Knick. We know he wanted to be a Knick. He still wants to be a Knick. That's what I took from that. And here's the thing that makes it a little different in regards to his situation from other players who said it in the past as well. There's a guy by the name of Julius Randle in New York right now who's, more or less like Zion in a lot of ways. They play alike. They're both superhuman strong. They both pass the rock and are point forwards. They both rebound the ball like crazy. They both have a passion for the game, obviously. Not afraid of the bright lights, not afraid of taking New York by storm, and carrying them forward with everything that comes with that. They both want it. And he's looking at Julius Randle, seeing Julius Randle basically putting himself in the MVP conversation. Certainly an all-star, certainly going to be a all NBA team member of some sort with the Knicks. And he's probably thinking he could do that, or probably better. I don't think most people came into the season thinking that Julius Randle was that much better than Zion Williamson. And looking at the numbers, he ain't. I think Zion wouldn't mind being in New York right now. That's where I'm at with that. The Knicks are a different type of franchise right now. They're not the laughing stock. This is the Eastern Conference. That is historically weaker, even though they're not that much weaker than the West this year, to be completely honest. And, New Orleans not going anywhere. They might be in the play-in game, but like I said, they have a weird situation going on down there with their spacing. It's already been talked about. You can check some of my old videos out about that. Zion's playing great, as we expected. And I just think that he may still want to be there. May still look at the Knicks and say, "Yo, when I get a chance, I'm darting. I'm going there." And if I were the New York Knicks, I would position myself for the possibility of such. Now, with Dolan running the helm, you never really know. I mean, there's so much negativity surrounding that franchise. If he indeed does want to be a Knick, I would caution him to say, well, you might want to think about that. That's what I would say to him if I knew him. You might want to think about that. And being as that I'm just sitting up here speculating and he hasn't said anything of the sort, you don't have to think about nothing. But the way I see it is, and what I took from what he said, was that he does look at the Knicks with a certain unique fondness that maybe some of the other players who loved playing in Madison Square Garden, who admitted to love playing in Madison Square Garden, didn't feel. They felt that way about being an opponent. They never desired to actually put on the blue and orange. I think Juju having success in blue and orange is making Zion think about how the grass may be greener on the other side. My name is BDF44. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.